but let's begin. So yesterday I covered VeChain versus Walton, and I made a few mistakes in my video. So I read the entire Walton white paper. I think there's about 60 pages. I skimmed through the VeChain one. It is a bit, it wasn't very well written, so I wasn't entirely thrilled to sit down and read all of it. Like I said yesterday, it's actually not a white paper. It blatantly and explicitly states in the top of the article that it is not. What did you do?
It keeps coming back to whatever is over there.
Well, can you just keep hitting this in the meantime? And,
I'm going to try it.
do you want me to stop and start the video? Should we stop this and start it again?
Oh, I know how to delete it now. Perfect. Hold on, I think. Perfect. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good.
All right. And make sure see if we're getting questions there. We even have questions put on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
and there's two Facebook
and,
groups.
Sorry, just apologize that no one can hear me.
So, all right. So like I said yesterday, I was reading the VeChain not white paper, and I skimmed through it because it wasn't written in very well English, but they do have a white paper coming, a full actual white paper. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better. But I wanted to take the time to correct some of my mistakes from yesterday's video. So thank you guys for everyone who helped me clarify some of these things, because I actually took some of your guys' feedback and looked it up. But first thing I wanted to say is that it's not quantum based. It is, and actually I never said it was quantum based in the video yesterday, but it was left in the PowerPoint slide. When my team and I were working on the presentation, we actually initially thought it was quantum based. After research, we found out that it wasn't, and that piece of info actually got stayed there and was stayed in the slide. But it is an ERC20 token right now. It is not quantum based. Its connection to quantum is that the founder came, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sneh, the founder of both Quantum and VeChain, what did they do? They came from Bitsy? Can you help me out on that?
Yeah. So they both came from Bitsy, and one of them broke off, I believe.
Both founders of Quantum. So the founder of Quantum is Patrick Dye.
Right. So,
and
but the founding company is called Bitsy. So they both came from Bitsy.
Okay. So apparently VeChain and Quantum both came from another company, basically called Bitsy. I'll write that down. Came from a company called, I believe this is how you spell it. It was called Bitsy. B-I-T-S-E, Bitsy.
Yeah.
And so like I said, VeChain is an ERC20 token right now. They're building their own chain. So even though I said it was quantum based yesterday, I did say that they were building their own chain. And like I said, I never said it was quantum based. It was just left in the slide. So they are their own chain that will launch around Q2 of 2018. That's when they're launching their actual chain. And just like Quantum was a couple of months ago, where they had a token swap, you were able to swap your ERC20 token. Same thing for VeChain. So VeChain is an ERC20 token, and it's on the Ethereum blockchain. And in Q2 of 2018, you'll be able to swap it 1-for-1, I believe, with the new chain. So for every VeChain that you have right now on the Ethereum blockchain, you'll get on the VeChain blockchain. Second thing is it's not proof of stake. So I said it was proof of stake yesterday. That is wrong. It is proof of authority, and from what I understand, there's also the ability to own and run master nodes, similar to the likes of Dash. Rumors actually too that OMG might have master nodes. Nothing confirmed there yet, but there are master nodes as well. So it's not proof of stake. I think it is a little bit similar from my understanding of it. Meanwhile, Walton is proof of stake and trust. They run off of proof of trust is basically a little bit of a modified added bonus, added value to the existing proof of stake consensus algorithm. But to correct myself from yesterday, they run on proof of authority. The second one is, I didn't mention this, but I left it out, and I was not aware of it either. So this isn't necessarily a correction, but VeChain actually also allows you to use it via QR codes. So something that separated it from Walton only works off of RFID chips, radio frequency identifiers. Meanwhile, VeChain also uses QR codes and NFC technology in addition to RFIDs. So I think this is an advantage over what Walton provides. And I did say a couple of times that I thought Walton, and I don't even know why, to be honest. So it's not newer than Walton. In fact, it's actually older. It is. It seems to be a bit newer since nobody's talking about it yet, and it's a bit kind of under the radar, at least when you compared it to Walton and Walton's current price and its market capitalization. But Walton was actually founded, or the idea was conceptualized after that of VeChain's. VeChain's took place in 2014, I believe. And I'm a little bit tall, so maybe we need to raise this easel up because this is tall. Whatchamacallit, a little far down for me to reach out, but they were founded in 2014, and Walton was a little bit later in 2015. And this is some really crappy writing. But 2015, and sorry guys for, like I said, I'm really tall, so it's hard for me to get down that low. But they are a bit newer than Walton. I'm sorry, a bit older than Walton. And I love chains that are older than other chains. I love blockchain that's been here for a while. Some of my earliest investments were Bitcoin, Ethereum, Monero, things that have been around here for a lot longer, and they're still my top chains and top coins. Litecoin has been around since, I believe, 2011. I prefer chains that are, there's so many new projects coming online and people dumping loads and loads into their portfolio, dumping in 10, 20, 30% of their portfolio in a coin that literally just came out yesterday. Some people tell me, hey man, I got 70% of my portfolio in 10x, and that hurts. That hurts. You gotta, you need, taking into account how old something is and how stable a blockchain is. When we're talking about how safe and susceptible coins are to 51% attacks and things of these natures, how long a coin has been around and how stable it is really important. So again, I wanted to stress to you that VeChain is not newer than Walton. It is in fact older. It was born in 2014, while Walton was born in 2015. We're going to go to the next page here. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about is VeChain's partnerships with companies, and I think this is where VeChain really sets itself apart from Walton as well. They have been establishing world-class partnerships as opposed to just showing off what their tech can do and whatnot. And I mentioned some of them yesterday, but here's another big one that someone pointed out to me is BMW. So they are in partnerships or in talks with BMW to use their blockchain to record odometer information as well as just some general maintenance information from what I understood of it. And this is something that really sets, I think, VeChain apart from Walton, is these world-class partnerships. A couple that they also had, I believe, was PCW, which is I think it is the world's largest accounting firm that uses blockchain technology. They also have Dig, who is I believe that was the fine wine one. Do you remember if that's correct? Dig was the person or the company that has
the biggest Chinese importer of fine wine.
Yeah, so Dig is China's world's biggest importer of fine wines, and they have another one. I actually forget how to name it or say it. It was K&N, I believe. They are the world's largest freight company, accounting for, I think, 10% of the world's freights. And VeChain, again, is something that's used in supply chain management. And what's it called? The freights have a lot to do with supply chain management, obviously. We're tracking info, where we could have the ability to potentially track inventory of certain things that are carried out in these different freights. So again, VeChain has all of these different partnerships, and partnerships are one of the key things I look for when investing in new cryptocurrencies. Just to give you some examples of other things, when you go on a website, in any ICO's website, you take a look at who they partnered with, what companies that they've worked with. They have partners from Ripple, partners from Ethereum. These are some big name companies, obviously, and I think that is one of the fastest ways for new companies to grow. In fact, here at CryptoSomniac, we just partnered with a new company, and we saw it as a great opportunity, one of the fastest ways to grow. And I can tell you how much it's helped me out personally. I can't tell you, I'm sure the same exact thing for these ICOs. When they partner with companies that are big and they have money, you know, BMW, they have companies that are established, that's only going to help them. So another thing that I wanted to mention from yesterday's video, I'd love to answer anyone's questions that anyone has. So have we had any questions on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter? Are we getting Twitter comments in? Are you on your phone there? Can you see Twitter? I'm curious.
I'm on Periscope, so I have to actually log into Twitter.
I was just curious. I don't know how this works. Oh, wow. I wasted all that space up there.
Doesn't look like we have any questions on Twitter.
One thing that I want to tell you guys, we are giving away free Kyber today, so stick around to the end of the video for that. We're going to give you guys an opportunity here. One thing I want you guys to do, head over to the Facebook page. So I know a lot of you guys are in the Facebook group. Head over to the Facebook page because we're going to be doing a lot more live streaming from there and doing a lot of giveaways there on the Facebook page. It's at facebook.com/cryptosomniac. Let me write that out. Where can I write that out? Facebook. Facebook.com/cryptosomniac. So head over to the Facebook page because we'll be doing a lot of giveaways from there. We're going to do a Kyber